Hi everybody, welcome to Alicia's Creative Paradise. I wanted to come on and show you this flea market themed journal that I made, and I'm really loving it. It's turned out so beautiful, and I made this for Sweet Pea Curiosity's design team, and I'm just now getting around to making the video for it. It's in my on my Instagram and my Etsy shop. But it's got a sari silk closure. And I have two pieces on here because I thought it just looked better with more. But Sweet Pea Curiosities has some really pretty digitals, and this is the one I picked. And so what I did was I took this paper bag, a gift bag. It was a small one that someone had given me, and I'd saved it for quite a while, and I said that's it, that's what I wanted to use. And so I did a lot of fussy cutting, a lot of collaging, and also I bought a small airbrush, and I did some stenciling with some stars and stuff, and you'll be able to see some of them there. And I just thought that was really cute, and all the fussy cutting that I did was worth it. And there's various little baubles and things on here that I did. This button right here was for a polo outfit, and it's vintage, and I thought that went along with it so well. Here is this is a button I got from Hobby Lobby and used that on there. It's a dark, beautiful blue. And I went ahead and left the signature strings exposed. I didn't have a problem with that. I thought it was real pretty. And lots of collaging on the spine. And some of my vintage laces that I have, I went ahead and picked out what I thought went pretty with this. So I reinforced the paper bag with some cardboard and, put this beautiful fabric on here. The button is held on by this sari silk right here. And it does a good job there. I like that. It adds a little bit of some prettiness to that. And so I wanted this to really show that it is a flea market theme, and I put this right in the front. This really cool picture of a man at the flea market with, I guess, his purchases. And some of the vintage doilies and things that I had, I went through my stash and picked out things that would, make it look really vintage. Some really cool coffee dyeing pages that I had done. I just went through everything I had and tried to really accentuate that it was vintage and flea market. And then in my coffee dyeing, I did some gold sparkles and things, either with acrylic paint or my alcohol inks. There's some jewels in here, more fussy cutting. And here's some of the printables from her. You'll see them throughout. And little things in the pockets. And I love these images. These images is really what got me to loving this digital. And I could probably make another one from the digitals because I absolutely love it. I love that kit. It was probably one of my favorites. And just different various pages that I've had saved up, I picked out, and some little tuck spots, and You know, there's a lot of places to write in here. If whoever gets this journal, it's going to be hard to give up because this is really one of my favorites. I have little pockets in here, little secret places. This right here reminds me of a tea bag. It's not as gritty as a tea bag, but I did get that. I believe I got it off of Temu. You can get a whole pack of it, but it's so much like a tea bag without the grit. And it looks good. And just some little fold outs and things that I added in. And some of these book pages, they also have the gold. You probably can't see it in the video, but there is gold specks, and it really makes it pop in person. Some fabric with gold in there. Here's another beautiful image. People shopping. Little collaging there. Beautiful little girl. Like I said, plenty of places to write in here. Here's someone, I guess, advertising the flea market. He's hiding behind the sign. I thought that was really cool. Just like a ticket there. Really dark coffee dyeing on these. You know, I'm just amazed at my coffee dyeing, how sometimes it just turns out so unique. A little bit of a rickrack there. And I did stitch a lot of the pages with my sewing machine. Here's a beautiful girl and another beautiful image with some shiny trim there. And this flips up like that. A little bit of washi tape there. Some little beads. So this is a real pretty bead. The red makes it kind of pop. And there's another image. And there's this photo in here with some dyed paper. It's like a black cardstock, but it has gold. There's some gold in that. Here's a little price tag, coffee dyed, some tickets, a little bit of trim there. Here's one here. Like, you know, if somebody wanted to take this as a journal and just do a bunch of writing, there's plenty of places here. Here's some more of that beautiful doily, and I added some real pretty flat back gems. And I created this little bauble right here, some beads. And this is kind of one of my favorites. That it looks like a husband and wife deciding on a tea set. So that's one of my favorite pictures right there. I think that really drew me into this digital. And here's the center of one of the signatures. And some tags here. Beautiful little girl. Another image there. A book spine with some trim. Lots of sewing. I did quite a bit of sewing. There is some top loading pages here. Like you can tuck something to the top of that. Another image. And I like all the dishes and picture frames, and like right here. It's real pretty. And this is a pocket. There's that right there. Flea Market. And I had this trim here, this velvety trim I used for some tabs. I thought that was a nice touch. It's really soft. It brings a soft touch to it. Here's a vintage tin can. And let's see. Yeah, this is also, there's a pocket in there too. Some washi tape there. Top loading pocket here. And I didn't fill it all the way up because, you know, whoever gets this, they can fill it up if they want to. You can add photos and, you know, do some diary or private journaling. And I did use my glossy accents on that butterfly there. This is just a collage. I also have these safety pins, and I added some real pretty beads for some shine. Here's a piece of trim. And there's a pocket right there. Another tin can. Another image there. A little girl. Another beaded bauble right there. I like that bead and that blue color. And here's a tuck spot here. More of that coffee dyed paper. Here's another pocket. Here's another girl. I backed it on some book pages. And a piece of vintage doily there. And here's the back. Just some real cute, pretty tags. And it looks like another husband and wife there. I just love it so much. And I like how the reinforcement for the paper bag with this beautiful fabric that I had, how it turned out. It really gave it a lot of stability. And this is a piece on this inside spine I had for a long time, and I was like, what am I ever going to do with that? And then I was like, that's perfect. And you can see I tucked in this beautiful, delicate doily, and I cut it up and added it in there. It worked out so nice. And there's the back again. Beautiful blue and gray safety pin. But I hope you like it. If you do, give me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. This is in my Etsy shop, and you can find my links. I'll actually add them in the description below. Also, there's a link tree on my Instagram. I'll add that too. I have many, many more journals that I've created, and there's pictures of them in my Instagram. And so if you like it, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.